Hello friends, this is Alan with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K edition of Men in Black International. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and put up videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365, as well as the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Men in Black International is here after a very short and kind of balmy run at the theater. I don't know. I had mixed feelings about this one from the get-go. I think the marketing was just terrible. It kept, it didn't really show us anything that was indicative of a good movie, as it were. So, yeah, as far as movies go, it's okay. I don't think it's deserving of the hate necessarily. But I think as far as a Men in Black movie goes, there's something missing. There's some kind of, I think it's the script. I'll be honest. I think it's the script. It's not great because we have Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson reuniting from their Thor run and the upcoming Thor: Love and Thunder. And I kind of expected more. And I think with a better script, it overall could have done that. But that being said, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the unboxing. Yeah, so if you follow my channel at all, you know I was not a big fan of the Steelbook. Now, I collect Steelbooks, so when I went to Best Buy during the shopping video, you can check that one out. I admit it looked slightly better in person, but I still opted to go with this one instead. So, all right, so there we go, front cover, and there's our rear, as you can see there. And nothing too special inside, the same cover, front and back. And then interior, very standard discs. Nothing special, no artwork of any kind. It's, blue is blue, black's black for 4K. So, yeah, overall, not an exciting unboxing. Unfortunately, those are usually relegated to steelbooks and other kind of things. So, all right, let's go talk about the picture quality and the audio. Okay, so let's talk about the picture quality. We are given an HDR10 picture grading. No Dolby Vision. I was very shocked to see this from a Sony disc. I know it's probably happened before, but I can't remember in recent memory where it didn't carry Dolby Vision, just standard HDR10 on a Sony. That was kind of interesting considering the overall picture quality. Now, I find it to be a very pleasing image overall. It's got good HDR pop to it. There's a lot of refinement, as far as detail goes. Black levels are really good. Color pop out is surprising, I think, the weakest aspect of this disc. It is, when I think of HDR, when I think of 4K, I think of black levels, I think of detail, I think of, the color pop. We get 2 out of 3 fairly, efficiently, but the color pop, considering the movie itself, while it is kind of like a prominent aspect of the film, it's just a little bit on the weaker side. I was a little surprised by that. Look, I think of Sony, and when I think of Sony 4K, I think of reference quality. Very few times have I ever been let down by a Sony disc. And I'm not necessarily let down, but I feel like it is a little weaker than it should have been overall. It's, I popped in the Blu-ray, and yes, there is a discernible difference between the two, obviously, but I didn't feel it was a revelation. I feel it was a very strong overall, 4K image, but sad to say, it's not quite what I would say reference quality, especially from Sony. That's kind of shocking. But it is going to be obviously a preferred way to watch the film. And if you have 4K player, you're definitely getting that bump up. It is an upscale from 2K, so maybe that has something to do with it. I know special effects laden heavy kind of films have to, pretty much put up with a 4K as far as upscale goes. But I don't know, I expected a little bit more. I expected some pop, I expected some excitement here. And unfortunately, it's just not quite there. Now, as far as the audio goes, we're given a very nice Atmos track. I think this definitely fares a lot better. It's very strong, it's very boomy. It has a lot of atmospheric and action-heavy surround sound action going on at any given time. It's a fairly good mix. It's really good. Once again, I wouldn't say reference quality, but very few, I feel, discs, even in 2019, have hit that benchmark. The most recent example being like Godzilla, King of the Monsters, I feel was what I would call a reference quality audio mix. This one is, I would say, it's an average. It's an average, slightly above average mix. There's a lot going on. LFE has a lot to do. Front channels are pretty clear, easy to understand, and any issues there. And as I mentioned, the surround sounds are fairly active at any given moment. It's a good overall quality as far as audio goes. So yeah, Men in Black International, Not the best movie and definitely not the best disc of 2019, but if you're a 4K fan, I think you'll be pleased. You won't be terribly excited on what you see, but I think it's an overall okay disc. Let me know in the comments below if you had picked this one up. Did you pick up the slipcover edition or did you pick up the steelbook? Let me know. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.